Hello everyone, this is going to be another great Bible review as we're going to go through a unique Bible, a very unique Bible. This Bible is absolutely massive. If you can't tell, we'll go through the specs, but it's a big boy if you can't tell. Massive. So, this is a really ancient Bible. This Bible is so ancient. This Bible was actually chained to pulpits so people wouldn't steal this Bible because it was so sought after. Because there wasn't that many Bibles around back then that they would actually have to chain Bibles like this to the pulpits, which is just really cool church history. How did I get this Bible? So I actually got this Bible by going back to my hometown for Christmas, and I went through a museum of my hometown. It has a couple historic places in my hometown. I went through the museum and I asked them if they had any old vintage Bibles that I could look at, just because I was curious. And for some reason, they had all the Bibles sectioned off. And I mean, I said pretty much in my head, go figure. You can't even show people the old ancient Bibles. But the lady was nice, and she actually said that they had a Bible recently they brought in that they were not going to put in the museum. And she just had it at her house. So I actually just straight up asked her. It's kind of awkward, but I asked her, like, could I just have the Bible because I collect Bibles? She said yes, and she actually substituted at our school. So she gave it to my wife, who also works in our local school system. So that's how I got this Bible, and it's so massive. It just takes up a lot of space, even just keeping it somewhere. So I have to wrap it up and make sure all the flakes don't come off. This Bible is huge though. This Bible is almost 10 inches, 9.5 by like 11.5. Massive front cover, but really what's more impressive, and it's hard to even pick up because it's so heavy, is the side. So like, look at the whole spine. It's gone, completely gone. Look at this thing. This thing is massive. Like I have really big hands, and I can barely pick it up. My goodness. The spine is massive. Hold on, let me see how big. I haven't even measured the spine. Usually I do measurements before the video, but I didn't. So this spine is 5 inches. 5 inches. My goodness. Yeah, like comparison, if you guys remember, if you guys saw my Skylar wide margin, the Skylar wide margin has the thickest spine I've seen at 2 inches. This is more than double Skylar wide margin spine. But yeah, it's beautiful. So no spine, so I can't say beautiful spine this time. It has these really nice leaves, it looks like, on the front cover, which were just made really well. So as you can see, since there's no spine, I can just take this off right here. And this is what they used to put over their Bibles. Actually really well made, like really thick cover. Like, look at this. Like really well made. It's the same on the bottom, but I don't want to get out the bottom just because I'm not trying to ruin this Bible. But we can just take this off. I'm going to put this right here. And it actually came with a couple pages that were loose. So we don't really have to go through those because, well, they are beautiful, but they don't really have any significance. Okay, so what's really interesting to me is that I'm not exactly sure of the date, but it was somewhere in the 1800s. Because I don't know if this would be the actual date or not. It's Jesper Harding and Son. And the cool thing too is that the text, conformable to the Oxford edition of the year of our Lord 1610. As soon as I read this, I thought of the KJV 1611 text. So, I mean, this is really cool because this is literally a text before the original KJV. So, super interesting. Just, I don't know, maybe, well, I assume you guys do find it interesting if you're watching this channel. But really cool. This has the Apocrypha, which is not something that I believe is inspired, but can have some historical benefit for us. But I try not to own the Apocrypha, but this one has the Apocrypha, but it's just the Old and New Testament surrounding the Apocrypha. So let's look at it. I'm going to be very careful here. So the purpose of these Bibles was essentially for people to, since it was chained to pulpits, people would come up and they would read from it. This text is made for everyone's eyes. So what's really cool is that, like, I'm just, maybe I was ignorant on this thing, but they've had verse by verse for a long time. Like, look at how nicely laid out this is. Like, you have some references here. You have like a border around here, which looks like really, really nice. And then like you have verse by verse, and like the verse by verses, the boldness is like better than what we have now. Like, what are we doing wrong? Why aren't our verse by verse like bolded and nice like this? Like, it's great. I don't know if I should go to the New Testament. I did go previously. Oh, the gilding. Sorry, I didn't even show you guys, but like they had gilding then too. Maybe you guys all knew this, but like the gilding was so thickly put on that the gilding is still like, you can see the shine of it. If you can see, look at that. See, gilding. I don't know. I can't tell if they had art gilding or not, or if that's just like, I got some dust, or if that's just like, just wear of the pages. But anyways, what's interesting too is, well, the Apocrypha is a different font size, which is weird. Very strange. Different font size for the Apocrypha, still verse by verse. And then when it gets back to the inspired text of the New Testament, it's still verse by verse, but it goes back to that original font, which is super interesting. I'm literally getting dust in my mouth from opening the Bible. I haven't opened it in about a year. I don't think there's any maps. Yeah, there's no maps. There are references and stuff and stuff like that. I think that's actually that's the Psalms. They put them back here, which is really, really interesting. But just even nice. Like, look at the back cover. Look at that. Look how nice it is. Like, this Bible, buying this Bible new, like back in the day, like, it'd be beautiful. Like, it'd be useful even to today, like to put on a pulpit, or to even like, I would love to have a brand new one of these. Like one of the new ones they make today, and like do family devotions. Like, how cool would it be to like have our family, and if you guys have kids, like read from it and all that type of stuff. Put it on like a little podium. So I don't know if this Bible has usefulness, but I think it kind of does, and I'll tell you why. Hopefully someday, if the Lord allows, I would love to have my own. There's so much dust, it's crazy. I would love to have my own library, and like my own like case for this. Like, I would love to have a case for this that's like a glass case, and even just like open it to a passage and just like set it there. It would just be it would just be a beautiful aesthetic, and it would also just show like what my family's about, and you know, what we find important. And yeah, I think like just how much, like for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. I just think like stuff like this is really cool. So I do hope that you guys found this video beneficial. I'll be putting this in my Unique Bible playlist. And prices. You can actually find these on eBay pretty cheaply. So I don't know prices, because in reality it has a lot to do with how well they've been maintained. I think there's different publishers. I am not an expert on this like I am with other Bibles. I think there's different publishers, different texts. It's just, there's so much that goes into it that prices just vary intensely with these Bibles. But you can get super, super old Bibles on eBay for somewhat cheap. But I assume one like this wouldn't go. It wouldn't be very expensive because there's no spine. It's literally falling apart. But I love it because it's so unique. So I hope you guys found this video beneficial, and I hope that you guys have a blessed rest of your night. All right, bye.